guys, so today we're gonna be making some potato soup. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is cut up your potatoes and your onions and celery. And the recipe is from this recipe book right here. And yeah, and then what you're gonna wanna do is take your bacon, you're gonna wanna take 8 slices and cut it up into your pan, which is right over here. And so we're gonna do that really quick and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I would keep it on low heat because I didn't and it's kind of sticking. But you don't wanna do the potatoes yet, you just wanna do your bacon and then you're gonna add in these, your onion and celery. And we're gonna do that now. So it was 1 medium onion and then half a cup of celery. And then you're just gonna let this get brown. Okay, so for the ribbles, all you have to do is mix together 3 eggs and then 1.5 cups of flour. The recipe called for 2 eggs, but it didn't really stick together. It should look like this, kind of like sticky dough. And then you're just gonna take any like baking sheet and put some flour down. And then you're just gonna like form little balls with your hands. My hands are clean, by the way. So, just like that. All right, this is what they should look like when they're done. And then all you have to do is just put them in the fridge until you're ready to add them. Hi guys, so while we're waiting for these veggies and bacon to cook, I'm gonna give you some fun facts. So, potato soup was consumed a lot during the American Revolution because the ingredients were really common, like potatoes and vegetables and flour and milk were not very hard to find. So it was really easy for people to make, like over fires. Obviously, today I don't have a fire to make that over, but this is just my version of it. So I hope you're enjoying this cooking video. Guys, so your veggies and stuff should look like this. And once it does, you're going to carefully remove it into a bowl. Like this. Don't burn yourself. I might burn myself. Okay? Get all of that over there because we don't want it to get soggy. Oh, I gotta drop it. Okay. Now put it back. And then turn down the heat a little bit. And then in here, we have 2 cups of water and then all of those potatoes. So, you're gonna pour it in. Carefully. And then you're gonna let those, once your potatoes are really close to being done, you're gonna add in 2 cups of milk. Today we are using 1%. So you're gonna add that in. Sorry to my lactose intolerant friends. And then you're just gonna mix it around. Okay, so once your soup is starting to get hot, it's gonna look like this. And you're just gonna drop in the ribbles that you made until they're all in there. Your cheese. This is great value, finely shredded Colby and Monterey Jack cheese. And I'm just gonna add the rest of it because there's not that much. You really can just add all this part. And then you're gonna mix it around. And then we're gonna let this cook all the way, and then in like 5 minutes, we're gonna add the veggies back in. Okay, so now that it's done, the last step is just to add this back in, right here. Add it in, and then mix it up. Let it sit for maybe a minute, and you're done.
Now we are going to be making molasses cookies. These were also called Joe Froggers during the American Revolution. Molasses was a popular sweetener in the 1600s and it was used in many recipes, so a lot of people had it in their kitchens as an everyday item. Slaves were also exchanged for big barrels of molasses, and this was known as the triangular trade. The triangular trade involved rum, slaves, and molasses. This became known as the Molasses Act. Heavy taxes were placed on molasses since it was such a profitable product. The ingredients that we'll need for this recipe are brown sugar, shortening, molasses, an egg, flour, baking soda, ground cinnamon, ginger, cloves, salt, and granulated sugar. Here we have our mixture of flour, baking soda, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, and salt. Then we have brown sugar, our shortening, our egg, and the molasses. Once our oven is preheated to 325 degrees, we're going to beat the brown sugar, shortening, molasses, and the egg with the electric mixer. This is what it looks like before we beat it all together. Once that is incorporated together, we're going to slowly add in our flour mixture. Now that all of the ingredients are together, we're just going to make sure that it is fully incorporated and mixed well. So I'm taking about a spoonful of our dough and I'm rolling it into a ball. Then in this bowl of sugar, I'm just going to roll it all around in it. Place it on this sheet and then flatten it. The first tray of cookies is baking in the oven for 13 to 16 minutes, and then we will put in the second tray of cookies. The cookies are almost ready to come out. Now we're going to place the cookies on the cooling rack. Here are all the cookies sitting on the rack cooling. Here are some things to know about the food that the people had during the American Revolution. Soldiers especially enjoyed meals like potato soup and molasses cookies because sometimes they would go forever without eating, and meals that included molasses or simple things that could be made on the battlefront were very helpful because they could be made quick and could be made in big batches. George Washington's favorite food to eat for every breakfast was hoe cakes, which were cornmeal pancakes. And he would have these every morning, and that was just another type of food that they ate during the American Revolution. During this time, slaves were given very small amounts of food, so oftentimes their owners would give them food, but it would be in very small amounts, so if they wanted to have a full meal, they would have to either go hunting or fishing. We hope that you enjoyed learning about the different types of foods that people ate during the American Revolution, and we hope that you try these recipes out.